Hello, everyone. Thank you for checking in with Callie. I definitely think the Clippers need to evaluate this situation here specifically, and specifically Ty Lue. When I think about Terance Mann, the last few games that I've actually talked about in my other video a few days ago, you can definitely check that out. When I talked about Terance Mann, not being assertive and, not scoring more, being more assertive on both ends of the floor and going 0 for 10 in the OKC game, not showing up there at all without Kawhi Leonard being on the floor and, I guess the lack of aggression on either side of the floor. He looks confused to me. And he looks like, he's trying to really figure out his way rather than know what he just needs to do when he's out there. And it could be a little bit of that, but it also could be, the fact that, he just hasn't, maybe caught a rhythm or something like that. But, that's where if that continues, I definitely think Ty Lue has to start looking into using Bones Hyland a little bit more in that situation, because Bones can't defend, like Terance Mann, but he can score better. And that's big. That's huge when you got somebody like that who sometimes can score better, especially when you think about both of them being, basically combo guards. Now you can take T-Man and put him, in the 4 position probably, and he'll still do okay. But both of them like those combo guard type guards. So it's like only thing you will be missing defense from Terance Mann and his defensive energy, but offensively, you would be getting a lot more with Bones Hyland. So it's like, they kind of cancel each other out to a degree. But if you think about it, if Bones Hyland started, then as long as Kawhi Leonard and, PG and them is healthy, that would work. Because they really, because of those two players being on the floor, they don't really have to necessarily have Terance Mann starting for them to be a good team. They don't have to, because them two on the floor are so good defensively. Even if you plug Bones Hyland in the starting lineup, that's just going to ignite their offense more. Now, I will say this, the downfall to that could be because maybe, might be a few more turnovers in there because, Bones, he gets a little flashy at times. And I understand that. But like I said, the offense would, keep rolling. In a situation like this with one of the guys being down, like, Kawhi, or when PG was down a couple games about maybe a few weeks ago or something like that, somebody like Bones Hyland, he wouldn't make up for what Paul George or what Kawhi does. But scoring wise, he can have a big night. He can drop, 25, 30 point night. He can do that. He can actually, score pretty good, better than what people think. So, he can give you a few nights where like Kawhi missed these 3 games. He can give you two out of those 3 games. He can give you 23 or 22 points plus, 2 out of 3 of those games. He can do that, which would have probably made the difference in regards to the Clippers continuously keep winning. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it can, you can go back and forth with it, definitely. But, I definitely think that Ty Lue will, consider that, if, T-Man is not going to pick it up a little bit, on both ends of the floor, because like I said, 6.2 points a game for somebody playing, as many minutes as he plays, he's playing minutes, up there with, Kawhi and PG and people like that. So if you're playing up those type minutes, then if you're not, active on the offensive end, you got to be more active on the defensive end, or vice versa. It's just the way it is when you're getting that much time on the floor. And you got guys like Bones Hyland and shout out Amir Coffey. He's been playing, very good. The limited minutes he's been getting. He's been kind of scoring for them, a little bit when Terance Mann hasn't been. So, that says something there, but that's my point. Like, Terance Mann got to get it going, because if he doesn't, if they don't see him really kind of like, bringing a little bit more on both ends, I can definitely see Ty Lue, spicing some things up, because we know that's what he does anyway. He likes to spice things up and, be, unpredictable a little bit, should I say as unpredictable as he can anyway, but it's not really unpredictable to me. But still, like, he tries to spice things up and try to, make things, a little bit different challenges, and stuff like that. He's that type of coach. So, I mean, if, like I said, if Terance Mann just doesn't pick it up just a little bit more, we're not asking much from Terance Mann. You're averaging 6.2. Just give us, 8.3, or give us 9.7. Give us something like that, points per game. 6.2 is way too low for as many minutes as he plays, and him being a starter on top of that. Like, no, he's better than that. Those are the type of numbers he's supposed to give the Clippers when he's coming off the bench. 6.1 or 5.8 or, but when you're a starter, you need to be closer to double digits per game, like 10 points, 9 points. That's where we need to see Terance Mann at. If he's not going to get to that point, then like I said, they might actually put in Bones Hyland and let him, basically let him cook, because like I said, there'll be nights where Bones Hyland will have it going offensively, where he'll take a load off of Kawhi and PG as well, where they could sit back and just laugh and cheer him on and let him be the player of the night or whatever the case may be, because he has that type of specialness in his game. What I'm saying? He's like a lighter, what I'm saying? Once you hit it, like he can just ignite like really fast. Like he's just, he has that in his game. And I think the Clippers definitely might want to, start using him more anyway, in some type of way. Keep him, engaged a little bit, give him some minutes, keep him engaged, because I definitely think he could be a good future type player for the Clippers if he, if they continue to, keep him keep him comfortable, like he wants, like he's engaged with the team and all that, because that definitely goes a long way. So I definitely hope they do that as well. But other than that, I mean, I really hope that Terance Mann, kind of really, picks it up a little bit more, because they're really going to need him in the postseason, because when you're going for that long championship run, there are times where Kawhi needs to not be on the best player, and you guard him and you do a pretty good job, where it takes a little bit of stress off Kawhi and or PG, where they can score a little bit more. Then they'll switch back and rotate, and they'll, balance their energy a little bit more. So Terance Mann is vitally important. So don't think that he isn't. He is vitally important to their success, if they definitely want to, go far, because he's just one of those key interior type guys that they need for him to always be that spark and give them energy on both ends of the floor, especially when one of the big dogs are out, and, keep it going. They do got Norman Powell coming off the bench, of course. He's always a spark, as well. But, he's coming off the bench. That's when he gets in the game. He's not starting. So it's like Terance Mann is starting. You ignite it first, and then, Norman Powell follows, basically how it should go. So, I mean, like I said, I still would like to see a mixture of Bones in there, but we'll see how it goes. And definitely, I think that the Clippers, they get Kawhi back and get healthy. I definitely think they'll be right back on course, and they might go on another winning streak.